Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Vobes show. It's Friday, 15th of May, 2020, 8 o'clock from Worthing. This show comes live to you, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed, from the back room of a terraced house at the foot of the South Downs on the edge of the English Channel here in jolly old Blighty. Hello and welcome to the Vobosphere. And who is there floating about in Vobeland? Let's have a little gandery-wandery. We've got Jeff Kellison. Hello, Jeff. How are you holding up, stud? He says, yeah, I'm holding up the studs all quite well. Do I? I just looking at the picture there. Am I a bit washed out in today's show? Kind of. Maybe, maybe not. Lovely Julia is out there. Apparently I called her Julie yesterday. That's an outrage. I didn't mean to call her Julie. I got confused with Judith and Julia. Yes, you see, that's what happens. Anyway, hello to lovely Julia. Now, lovely Julia was going to be on the show tonight, but due to all sorts of issues with babies and young children and husbands and all of that, she's going to be postponed until another show. Maybe on Monday, maybe on Tuesday, who knows? It's very hard being a housewife these days. And I don't know whether a housewife these days is a derogatory or not. Maybe somebody can tell me. Anyway, unfortunately, she can't make it today, but she will be here in spirit. And she is watching, and she's moderating, and she is babysitting, and she's running her family, and they are running her ragged. So wish her some luck, because she seems to be holding up that household all by herself. Michael Angel is also out there. Hello to you. And Charlie Cooper, he says, hello, everyone. It's been a while since I said hello in here. Been watching, though. Doing a great job, Richard. Thank you very much, Charlie Cooper. I'm very pleased. Don't worry if you don't take part in the actual comments. I know what it's like. I often watch things, but I don't always take part because I'm sort of watching and doing other things. So I understand how it is. Tally-ho to Ernie. How are you? I did a video of did he? Really? Could you translate a bit, talk a bit slower? Yes. I did a video of my walk in Epping Forest this morning. I'll send it to you once edited. Well, that'd be lovely. Maybe bung it in on the Monday show would be good. Talking of that, I'm not doing shows tomorrow or Sunday. So just so you know, the live shows, that goes for the reading and the live shows. But I shall still do my Naked Englishman for the podcast. And also, I will still have videos. Videos? Yes, videos. Videos? Yes, videos. I'll have videos for you. Videos? Yes, I will have them. Glastonbury Gabriel is there. Barbara Charles, hello to you. Steve G, Mr. Kellison, I've already said. Peter Lowry. Peter Lowry is going to be a star on today's show, ladies and gentlemen. Very interesting video from Peter Lowry has been sent in. So looking forward to showing you that. Barry Stevens, Dan S, which is nice to see you. Josephine Suter, John Richardson, hello, sir. Obi-Wan, Obi et Omni. Okay. Tracy Murphy, Peter Lowry, I just said. Steve G, I've already said. Ron Langley, Andy Kendrick, Elf Wolf. Rami Boo, nice to see you. Rami Boo, yesterday I must have got confused with you and Josephine. Don't know why. I can't even remember what it was. And I did have a go, and it was only in jest. Everything I say is in jest. It's jest comes out of my mouth. But I think I may have got confused because you didn't know what I was talking about, and then I suddenly thought, oh, maybe I had. Anyway, never mind. Lovely to see you out there. Mike Dixon. We are going to see Mike Dixon's beach hut if it kills me. He sent the video in, but I was hoping we were going to see inside the beach hut. But we saw everything else. You kept telling us about Bella sunbathing, and we didn't get to see her. We'll see, I don't want to give too much away, but it is great. Lovely to see it, though. Lovely to see the location that you've got, and you must be so pleased to be able to sit in there and watch all those lovely nubile young joggers going past. Sorry, I've been watching the video far too much. So Josephine Suter says, me too, I'll send my video, but still says 25 minutes left. Oh, right. It's a lot of editing then. Roy Ballinger, good evening to you. Nigel Sadler, switching between channels. I don't know what he means. Switching between channels? What are you talking about? Are you mentioning that there is another channel doing something at the same time as moi? How could there possibly be? I mean, it would be very weird if there was somebody else out there doing something at the same time as me. That would be like, I don't know, Who's missing from our crowd? Wait a minute. I haven't seen that bloke who lives in his allotment. What's his name? Oh, yeah, Mr. Suggett. Let's see what old Mr. Suggett is up to with his mate Lee at this very moment.
Oh, Cedar.
He's asking how much you drank before you made the jingles.
Well, I don't know if it's worse that I didn't drink before making them jingles, or I should just say I did. You can't hold back natural talent. I mean, that's the way it is.
Anyway, they're doing their show, and I thought it would be quite fun just to sort of nip in and out and see how they're doing during the show, just to see if there's anything for me to worry about, competition-wise. Anyway, we will crack on with the show. Hello to Rita Loy, hello to Michael Angel, hello to Steve Garrett, hello to Rivers Reed Roadblocks, hello to Jonathan Beluzik. He never says, every time you say that, every time, what is it with you, man? I'm always saying hello. You need to, make a few comments, because I don't see, some people think that I see every single comment. I don't. Hello to Wilf Meyer. Nice to see you. I don't see every comment because, when I'm looking at you, I can't read the comments. When I do this, I'm reading the comments. When I do that, and I glance at the comments. So about 50 go past, and I see one. And while the time I'm concentrating on reading that one, another 50 go past. So, Jonathan Beluzik, don't get you on your high horse. Thank you. High ho, Silver, away! Who said that, high ho? Oh, it's the Lone Stranger, wasn't it? Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. No, that's Dick Barton's secret agent. Lone Stranger was the bit of, you know what I mean. William Tell overture. Anyway, I can't bring it to mind. Jeff Kellison says, I don't have Facebook. Anyone heard how Mr. Suggett is doing? I can tell you there's 18 viewers on Suggett's channel at the moment. Let's have a quick look at mine. 70. I'm not saying anything. I am not saying anything. We'll just go and have another look, just in case it's gone up. No, still the same. Anyway, never mind. He is doing it for charity. Of course, I'm doing it for charity. My charity starts at home. I need a new front door. Yes, so I'm saving up money for the new front door because my door, I don't want to let this out, but my door is a bit knackered. Anybody who's been to my house will know that my door is a bit knackered. So's my windows, actually. So's my roof. If it wasn't for the two houses either side, my house would not be standing. But never mind. I don't want you to feel sorry for him. No. Mike Dixon says, welcome, Ron. Is Ron? Where's Ron? Ron? Is Ron here? Ron? Nice to see Ron if he's there. Dawn Coping, Julia, you have been to Dinosaur Island? Where is Dinosaur Island? Love to know where that is. Jonathan Beluzik, did I get him started? No, I've calmed right down again now, so that's all right. Robin Marshall, hello to you. What else have we got there? It's like a wind-up toy. It is like a wind-up toy, that's right. Yeah, it doesn't take much, I can tell you. Rami Boo says, our county in our state opened up phase 1 of lifting lockdown. I'm glad you didn't say lifting up lockdown, because that would have not really made much sense. Which means hair salons. Oh my God. Can you imagine the Hair Bear bunch turning up and the poor girls, or men, of course, the stylists going, oh my God, sharpen the scissors, Raymond. How new. Right. Come on then. Who's first? Actually, we got the very thing here. If you want a haircut, if you're a bit stuck, I've got the actual thing here in the studio. Here it is. It's not plugged in. Hang on a minute. Hang on a second. Now remember, never play with dangerous things. Just got to find the end of it. Where's the plug? There's no plug. Oh yes, that's right. I chopped the plug off, didn't I? I was cutting somebody's head off I was cutting logs the other day. I've just ordered some logs, so they're coming on Wednesday. Let's see. Oh, hang on. I've got two things plugged in there. What's the other thing that's plugged in there then? I've got to work this out. I don't want to unplug something. Wait, why have I got two things? That's that light. What's that go to then? Oh, that's wait a minute. That's oh, that's a laptop. I'm not using that. Sorry about that. It's just a technical thing. There we go. Anything for a quick joke, even though you don't have it set up at the same time. Right, put the lock on. Just make sure my leg is well and truly away from it and turn it on. Nothing. Or maybe that wasn't the lock. Anyway, there's enough of that. You don't know how nervous I was doing that. I was very nervous. Very, very nervous. Whew. Right, unplug it. Hang on, ladies and gentlemen. Got to unplug the blooming thing. Now, which one is the correct thing? That one. There we are. Whew. Right. I keep this. I keep that plugged in under my bed, just in case there's an intruder, ladies and gentlemen. Because if there's an intruder, they're not going to walk out very easily. And if they do, they might leave a trail. Anyway. Hello and welcome to the Vobes Show. Very quiet, sedate show. By the way, Jonathan Beluzik, if you fancy coming in at the moment, I'll sort you out. I'll mention you. We could put your head on a pole and I could talk to you. Hello, my name's Jonathan Beluzik. Oh, yes. What's your name? I don't think I've mentioned it. Oh, you never say hello to me. I never say hello to you. Hello, my name's Jonathan Beluzik. Yes, I know it is. Oh, dear. Turn it on, please, says Mike Stevens. Do you use that for editing videos? Oh, yes, of course. I get out the old 16mm, sometimes the 35mm. If I'm very plush, I get the 70mm out. Lots of tape like this hanging down, and I just go... There you go, and I just get the bits, glue them together with a bit of Aerodite, and bung them in the projector, and that's it. Send them off to YouTube, and they have no idea what to do with it. Michael Angel says, put that down, you could have a nasty injury. I don't want a nasty... Excuse me. Rami Boo says, you don't know how nervous we are watching you. Don't you worry, I don't know how nervous... You don't know how nervous I was just then. Oh, I keep wanting to throw up. Hold on a second. Calm down, Vobes. I tell you what we better do. We better just...
Well, I did ask you to make them, so it's...
We better just...
got a video with him in, coming up a bit later.
Wait.
With the Bald Explorer when he was at...
He's talking about me.
His place before that.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And I just love those gardens. And you guys going out there and actually... Well, I say going out there. It's not so easy to do, but the premise of going out there and visiting these places, audio... It just opens up this whole world of opportunities.
It certainly does. A whole world of opportunities, apparently. He's going to play a bit of the Bald Explorer. I didn't know anything about that. Have you told my lawyer? There's copyright in that, you know. Somebody get on the phone. Out the back there, I've got I've got a typing pool. Like that. What was his name who did that typing song? Leroy. What was his name? Leroy. There was a thing on YouTube, wasn't there? Hang on, I've got to find it now. Leroy somebody. Typing song. Hang on, I'm going to see if I can... Where's my typer thing? Leroy... What was his name? Leroy typing music. I can't... Leroy Shields, was it? That comes to mind. Leroy Anderson, I think it was. With a typewriter. I can't remember. Let's just see if this is it. Here it goes, stand by. They've got a typewriter there. We should hurry up. Come on. enough of that gay banter. Right, there we are. Welcome to the show. Nice to see. Did I say welcome to the show? I think I did say welcome to the show. Anyway, we were checking in on Richard Suggett throughout the show. Fetch the bucket, says Audrey Forbes. Oh, yes, he's made himself sick. All of that was a sick joke. Yes, thank you. Very good, Rami Boo. I am here, says Julia to Robin. Mike Stevens says, I remember the tune from Tiswas. I think Richard's excited that he has the weekend off. Yes, I do, actually. I jolly well do. I've been out filming part 3 of the In Search of Sussex, and this is quite a nice little one. I hope you're going to enjoy it. It'll be out tomorrow morning. I'm not going to give you a preview or anything like that. We will open the phones very soon. But first, ladies and gentlemen, let's get out of all of that nonsense. What are we going to do? We're going to go into the video box because Mike Dixon has promised us to have a look at his little Sentinel box where he can keep eye on the Hove seafront. So let's just nip into the box for a moment. So Mike, here we are. Mike Dixon out on Hove with his beach hut.
Hello Vobesters, it's Mike Dixon and Bella, and today we're at our beach hut next to Hove Lagoon and Hove Beach, which is really fantastic. It's the first time we've been down here since we've had permission from Brighton Hove City Council that we can reuse it, which is really excellent. Bella's doing some sunbathing. Anyway, I'll just pan round so you get an idea of where we are. It's very near the Hove Deep Sea Angling Club and the water sports centre at Hove Lagoon. We'd only just literally bought the hut a few days before the lockdown was announced. So, and then they were said that we can't come down here. But anyway, it's nice that we are back and down here. We've just eaten lunch and Bella is doing some sunbathing behind me. So it's really lovely. So we hope to spend more days down here, relaxing and chilling out and just enjoying the sea and the sunshine. Anyway, I shall pass you back to Richard. Okay, take care, keep safe, bye.
There we go, the lovely and one and only Mike Dixon. We didn't get to see Bella, but we did get to see the top half. We saw that there would seem to be a shelf in the back there with something on the shelf, but no idea what else was there. But there you go. We got Robin saying, Julia, we miss you, Julia. We miss you. We do miss you in the show, and it is a shame, but we will get Julia in the show next time. Life got in the way, as she said, so apologies for that. Right, now, I've got to make sure we turn Mike off. Not this mic, you understand, the other mic, and go back into the show and press the button. Now, if anybody wants to ring in, Mr. Suggett on the other channel. This is like a bit like having, the early days of television, whereas Mr. Suggett's on ITV and I'm on the BBC. I'm on the VBC, of course, and he's on the VGP. He's on the VGP, podcast, and I'm on the VBC, Vobes Broadcasting Company, or whatever you want to call it. And obviously there's a bit of a competition because we want to see if I can get phone calls in, and he can't. Who knows? Anyway, if you enjoy the show so far, don't remember to give me a thumbs up. Don't remember to do that. Whatever you do, don't put your thumbs on that thing and send it right up to 100. For goodness sake, don't try doing that. That would be. Don't even look at it. Don't even suspect that you could possibly press that thumbs up. Don't even try. Anyway, thank you very much, Mike. Lovely to see inside your wonderful thingy jig, which is great. The weekend. So what should I do at the weekend? Well, I can tell you I've got some hollyhocks to replant. So I'm going to be replanting hollyhocks. That won't take me for long. I'm going to think about where to put my poppies. I think these poppies that I've got, I think they came from Anne Osborne in Brighton, because she's got poppies in her garden. I think I got a bit confused when I planted them. So I've got that to do. I have got the Sunday chat or behind the scenes. You might get a behind the scenes, you might get a Sunday chat. I don't know, for Sunday. I need to film that tomorrow. I'd like to sit down and do a bit of quiet reading, but so far the week has just been one of them weeks. Do you get weeks where it's almost like you're chasing your tail, only the tail should be... Yeah, I don't know how that works, really. Mike Stevens says, already done the thing you want me to do, even if you do. Already done the thing you don't want me to... Oh, I see. Got it. Which is very kind. Elijah Hartley is got a lot of thumbs and a lot of hearts and some double thumbs. Thank you very much, Elijah Hartley. That's very kind of you. Very, very kind. Now what have we got planned? What have we got planned? I don't know. That's not Eric.
That's right, sir. This is Eric.
Oh, yes, that's right. We had a lovely... By the way, I just want to tell you... I must tell you this. I was very pleased. We had a lovely reading this afternoon. Very sedate, quiet, calm reading on I Saw Two Englands. It was very nice. If you haven't heard it, today's one was particularly interesting because he goes to Canterbury. And in Monday's show, because I'm not doing a reading tomorrow and Sunday, but in Monday's show, we are going to reenact the murder of Thomas à Becket. Now, somebody said, oh, Thomas à Becket, that's not right. That's not right. But Linda Kane did some research during the show because he mentions Thomas à Becket, and apparently he was called Thomas à Becket from something like 1152. So he's been called Thomas à Becket for a long, long time, certainly before the Victorian period. Somebody, I can't remember, some clever clogs had said that to me, and I went, oh, all right then, I subdue my knowledge to the clever clogs, whoever it was. Turns out they weren't as clever clogs as the clogs of Angmering. She of clever clogsness exemplified. By the way, talking of exemplification, this is an award-winning show, ladies and gentlemen. You may not realise that, but you are watching an award-winning, well, podcaster anyway. When it was a podcast show, I did actually win an award. It's funny how you can go, yes, you're watching an award-winning show. I mean, lots of people have won awards. They might have won an award for doing the egg and spoon. It all is a load of old nonsense. It's just marketing hype, isn't it? Because I won an award for the best sound-seeing tour, as the Americans charmingly put it. Sound-set documentary, basically. Going out into the great wide world with a microphone when I used to do the Vobes show as a podcast show. And I would stick my microphone in front of people's noses and talk to them or describe what was around me, a bit of topography. And I won a bit of acetate on a bit of plastic with some words scribed. No money. No money. I was hoping that, I could have won £50,000. But, of course, this isn't the Man Booker Prize or anything like that. It's not even the Woman Booker Prize. It's not even Book the Vobes Prize. It's just a surprise. Anyway, never mind all that. Used to be Tom Bucket, says... what Tom Bucket? Oh, Tom Bucket, yes. The Thomas A. Becket discrepancy came up on a question of QI. Oh, that'd be interesting. What did they say in there? Tom Bucket. Maybe it was Tom Bouquet. Maybe that's what it was. Mr. Connell says, is there a pub called Thomas à Becket in Worthing? There is, actually. There is at the crossroads on the Littlehampton Road with, I don't know what the name of the other road is. It goes south. South Farm Road, is it? Can't be South Farm. Maybe it is on South Farm Road and the Thomas à Becket. Yeah, it's a funny old pub in there. I've been in there once. Didn't like it. It's a bit of a Victorian pub, but to me, I mean, maybe it's changed hands now. It was a very long time ago. I can't knock it because I haven't been in it recently. Well, of course, I can't go in it now because all the pubs are shut, aren't they? Of course, silly me. Any relation to Hyacinth? Yes, exactly. It's her mother. Let's have a look for another... Oh, hang on. Before we do anything, let's see what the old veg grower's up to. He might be playing one of my videos. You never know. Let's just go in, have a crafty look, see if he is. Hang on, turn it on, and we'll go to the live view.
Have been all furloughed, and she was thinking, how are we going to be able to continue a 2-acre wall garden With
They're still waffling about nothing. So I'm waiting for them to play in. Apparently, he's going to play in one of my videos, but that's not happening at the moment. Never mind. Let's crack on to one of your videos. Much more important, much more entertaining. Let's see who it is on the video roulette. So we've done lovely Mike. Thank you for that, Mike. We have another Mike, actually. We have another Mike. Mike Stevens. He's out there at the moment. He's gone out down to being inspired to go to the Ferring Rife and film. And actually, we've got a lovely... Everybody likes Cal Parsley, don't they? He's gone out and filmed. It was a very windy day, he says, and therefore it obliterated his voice. The wind was so bad. So he's put some fantastic music to it. Let's have a look at Mike Stevens. He's called it The Dream. And there we are. If ever you wanted to know what cow's parsley looked like, you do now. But more importantly, we got to see what Mike Stevens looked like. Very handsome fellow, if I may say so. Very handsome fellow. Be lovely to see you on a less windy day, giving us a tour of the local area, Mike. Fantastic. Top banana. So I'm just going to check to see if he's doing anything over there. I'll have a look. But
and never get seen by...
No, they're not. We won't even bother to go over there. Just for those who don't know why I'm doing that, why I'm going over to see what the Veg Grower podcast is up to. He's doing a 24-hour charity-a-thon. He's trying to raise money for a number of charities connected with gardening, and he's doing it all from 5 o'clock this evening. They've been on now 5, 6, 7, 8, 3.5 hours, and he's got another 21.5 to go. Rather him than me. I know what it's like after doing an hour and a half of this every night. But hour and a half, to do it for all that time, it's I take my hat off to him. After the show, you're very welcome to go and tune into him. But don't tune into him now, because the fun is here. Somebody asked, oh yes, Connor's Dark Corner. Connor, Dark Corner, says, Is lockdown still happening in the UK, or did it get lifted completely? Connor's Dark Corner, you live in the UK, don't you? Do you not read a paper? Do you not listen to the news? Do you not switch on the radio? Do you not put on the internet? Do you not watch YouTube? Do you not see Facebook? Do you not have Twitter? Do you not have any other form of communication? Do you not know what's going on in the world? Or have you woken up out of a coma in your dark corner? No, the lockdown isn't been lifted completely, but people can go back to work if they cannot work at home. I've been doing that because I can work at home. But not all the time. I can't bring you heritage, landscape and nature by sitting at home, but I can go out into the landscape, heritage and nature on my own and bring you some, little random titbits of this and that, which is what I've been doing. So I don't know what your situation is, Connor, but you're very welcome to give me a ring. And you can tell us, are you currently employed, or you been furloughed? Are you in between jobs, or are you still a student? Or are you a carer looking after somebody, or are you just asleep? Give us a call on the appropriate number, which I've lost now currently. Hang on, I'm going to find it. It's somewhere here. There is the number. There is the number. Can't find that. There it is. Give us a call and let us know your situation. 07934746790. If anybody's actually gone back to work and you've gone out into the workplace, be interesting to know what is it like out there. I mean, I know what it's like working on my own, but then I work on my own pretty much a lot, apart from when I'm working with the lovely Julia. But most of the time, or sometimes I, interview people. By the way, talking of that, I did an interview with a chap called Tim, somebody or other, nice chap, for Worthing something or other. Inside Worthing, Worthing outside, Worthing look, Worthing reach, Worthing, I can't remember. I do apologise. I mean, I make it sound like I'm being interviewed and talked by, and it's just another outlet. It was very nice. I can't remember. I do, honestly, it was something like that. I can't remember what it was called. Anyway, it's on my Facebook page. It's on the Bald Explorer Facebook page too. So, not on the Vobes Show Facebook page. I should have put it on there. That would have been fun as well. So, hang on. There's more comments just flashing by here. Thanks for the nice comments, says Mike Stephen. That was very David Lynch. Yes, that's true. David Kill says he's getting some technical questions thrown at him. Oh, are you on the other side? Hang on, let's see what the technical questions are.
A good little interview.
It's circular. The greenhouse in the centre is octagonal. It's so from a design point of view, it's really striking. And then it has the design divided. I think it's into 4 sections. So basically, it's divided into the continents of the world, and
It's a bit staggery at theirs at the moment because the internet isn't terribly hot if they talk to somebody else on the internet. They're better when they talk to somebody on the phone, it seems, so the picture is staggery. But normally it's not quite as staggery as that. I think they're more coherent, probably, than I am. David, he said, we've got the technical questions. Well, not the baby, her son. Definitely David Lynch. He only looks at you. He only looks at you. What do you mean he only looks at you? Sorry, I got them mixed up, says David Keel. I heard the first 5 minutes of that interview and he's got your name wrong twice. Who are you talking about, Andrew Norris? Andrew Norris. He's not Boris. He's Andrew Norris. We've got an Andrew Norris moment coming up in the show. Shall we go into the Andrew Norris moment? Let's go. I mean, we're going to run through the videos really quickly at this rate. But hey, why not? So, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Norris, this is the last of his trips to the village. We're going to miss these. We do hope that we get some when he's back at Zagreb, or whatever it's called. I'm rubbish at the name you tell me every time. Why can't I remember? I need to have it sort of stenciled on one of those dino things that we were talking about yesterday. Right across there. So, no, it's no good up there. It'd have to be backwards so I could see it on the feedback monitor. Andrew Norris, that's what he says, Julia. That's what who says. I heard what? He's a big fan, Andrew giggles. And he's at what? Who? What? What are you talking about? Talking about me behind my back, aren't you? Well, let's find out what Andrew Norris is up to on his last day in the village.
Hello, Vobesters. Today is day 9 and my last day But I wanted to finish off by telling you a little bit of the history of this village, this part of the village. That house up here, this wooden house, that is said to be the oldest house in the village. It was taken over by some friends of ours a couple of years ago, and they're slowly renovating it. But at this end of the village there are two principal families. One called Fudorich, and they occupied this level of the village. And the other family is called Domshich, and they occupy the high ground up on the hill. So this village finds itself in a part of a large swathe of land known as the military frontier, and it was set up by the Habsburg monarchy as a buffer zone between the Austro-Hungarian Empire and the Ottoman Empire. And this land was occupied by families. They were given land in exchange for military service, and this is how these two families found their way here. So while there was considerable immigration into this region, in another era there was emigration out to places like America and Australia. One of my favourite quotes comes from a writer called Edmund Burke, and he said, "To walk a pathway is to walk with the company of the imagined. They are forever walking." And when I walk along this path, I always think of the young men who walked along here, took the train to the port of Rijeka and then the boat to America. Pretty much all the families in the village had one or two members emigrate, and poverty drove them to seek work abroad. So that's been our 10 days in the village. Now these two refugees must head back to the city.
And there he is. Yes, I noticed he wore a hat at the beginning. I thought, hello, he's hiding his hair there. But I'm assured that he's had it cut since. The lovely Andrew Norris. Oh, now I understand. Yes, Zagreb. That's it. Zagreb. I've got it. I think I've got it. I think I know what you're talking about. He still has his hair. Yeah, well, he didn't have his hair till he shaved it off not shaved it off, had a haircut when he got back to Zagreb. You're talking about the inside Worthing interview. Yes, that's what it was called. Inside. I knew it was something like Worthing inside out, outside. Well, I'd never heard of it before, but I'm sure it's very nice. Yes, I'm Richard Vobes, apparently. I don't know who he is, but it's very nice. It's lovely over there in Croatia. I can't wait to get on an aeroplane. What do you mean we haven't got any aeroplanes? What? There are no aeroplanes flying at the moment? Oh. I can't wait to... somebody to invent a machine that flies in the sky from one part of the world to another in some sort of tube that looks like a cigar cylinder with wings attached, where you can sit at appropriate distance so you don't get any weird viruses that have suddenly altered the way that we do everything in this world. Anyway, it reminds me of the story of Vlad of Transylvania, says Mark Donny MacLeod. I think, did he? Vlad of Transylvania, he stayed on the Pendle Hills, didn't he? I think, if I remember rightly. Not quite sure where I read that. Well, that was in a Philip Mercer book. Talking of Philip Mercer, somebody very nicely had been watching one of my Philip Mercer book adaptations that I did from the great tome that's up there. And he said, I found out, Richard, some very interesting information about Philip Mercer, the author. I said, oh, really? I'll be interested to know. So I'm waiting to hear what he found out. Audrey says, lovely video. Everyone's saying lovely video. I was hiding my hair, but it's all cut now. He was hiding his hair that way. But we did see it in the end. Your drone could fly you. Yes, if I knew how to fly my drone, I could fly there. Thanks for the comments. Whitby. Oh, yes, Whitby. That's right. Whitby, not on the Pendle Hills. Vlad from Transylvania. Wasn't it, what was his name? The bloke who wrote Dracula. Ben Stoker. Bram Stoker. What kind of person? You know, Bram Stoker. You can imagine, can't you? Mr. and Mrs. Stoker looking at that little baby going,
oh, look at the lovely baby, hubby. Oh, yes, it's a lovely little baby. But we've got to go to the registry office and get it registered. Or we got to go to the church and have it christened, whichever way it works. Yes, well, I'm making this up as I go. I've never had a son before, husband. No, wife, and I haven't either. But we'll have to go and have it. What shall we call this wee little lad that's looking at us with devilish eyes? Oh, I don't know, husband. Let's think of a really nice traditional name.
What about Bram? That comes to...
Bram?
Yes, it rhymes with pram.
Well, he'd be in a pram, but I don't know that's an appropriate name, husband.
Well, it's a very good name, I think. Bram. It's like the apple. I like Bramley apples. That's right, I like Bramley apple.
You like Bramley apple?
Yes, I do like Bramley apples.
What? Well, you can't name him after a contracted version of the Bramley apple, can we?
Why not? What else would it be named?
Couldn't we call him Arthur?
Arthur Stoker?
Well, that's quite nice.
No, Bram it is. And not only that, we will give him a feather quill as a birthing present.
Oh, that's a nice idea, a nice birthing present.
How long can we do this sketch for now?
I think we've kind of really gone over it now quite sufficiently enough. I think we're just milking it to the point of absolute boredom.
I think you're right, wife. We must now depart the scene.
How do we do that? We are fictional characters coming out of Richard Vobes' mouth.
Oh, yes, the award-winning nutter Richard Vobes.
Yes. Who calls their son Vobes?
A telephone directory, apparently. Anyway, enough of that nonsense. Bram Stoker. What kind of a name is Bram? Oh, dear. It was probably going to tell me it is short for something else. Lamb Stoker. Lamb Stoker, yes. Stoking the lamb. That's it. Maybe he was from New Zealand, was he? New Zealand lamb. Shove in the lamb. That's a dreadful New Zealand accent. It's probably Australian, probably around. Oh, Abraham. Oh, I see. Is that what it's short for? Is that what it's short for? Oh, holy cow. That's what it's short for. Abraham.
Why don't we call him Abraham, husband?
Hey, you know, boy, I think that's a very good idea. Abraham. Why am I suddenly American? He wasn't American, was he?
No, I don't believe so. I mean hornswoggled.
Well, I like to see your horn, but I don't want to see the swoggling.
No, but we could swaddle the baby.
What? Shut up, will you? Anyway, yeah. Oh, Abraham. Is that what it is? He was the apple of their eye. Yes, I suppose he was. Lamb Stoker. I haven't worked since I quit my job in February last year. Haven't had money to go into the bank, so can't claim anything, says Connor's Dark Corner. Somebody needs to buy him a crystal radio. Wait a minute. Dawn and David, he's got crystal radios coming out of his ears. That way you don't need to put batteries in, and then you could catch up with the news. Robin Marshall, that's the trouble with living in a dark corner in Bognor. You get cut off. Oh, yes, Bognor. Bugger it. Jesus, Richard, what was in that drink on your desk anyway? Says John Berger. In this?
Yee-haw juice. That's what it is. That's yee-haw juice.
It's just orange. Well, it's not just orange. It's not M&S orange. It's barley orange. Barley orange. Yes, there's a lamb in there. Barley, and he left. Look, barley, and he left. Oh, let's see what old Suggett and Co is up to. Suggett and Co. They do sound like a bunch of plumbers, don't they? Let's have a little gander. Is he still chatting? Have they shown any of my videos? Not one.
Did someone say Adam Frost? I couldn't hear that.
Oh.
Is he appeared yet?
Not yet. Well,
Let's down. No, let's.
So we've got a couple of comments to go through quickly. So
yeah, well, we don't worry about your comments, mate. They've had those people on. That person's rung in for hours. That person's been on the phone. Must be bending their ear. It's like, I'd like to go now. I'd like to go. I mean, I know I can waffle on with people, but blimey, they've been on. I know they're trying to fill 20. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Right. Finally, he's got it, says Andrew Norris. Finally, Zorro has a wonderful life since we saved him, Mike, and now he enriches our lives. Yes, they use him as a model dog, and they're making a video. They got rid of Lassie. You may remember Lassie. Lassie got lassoed, unfortunately. But she was a nice lassie called Lassie. It was actually a woman in fur. That's why they called her Lassie, because they said, "Oh, where's the actress that's playing the animal? What is the animal? It's a dog, is it? Yes, it's a dog. Cover her in fur. That's a good. Yes, oh, she's a nice lassie. Yes, okay. Get the lassie over here. If what you've got to do is just sniff around the edge of that mine shaft. Yes, come on, love. Just shift around. Could somebody get her nose a bit wetter? It's not wet enough, that nose. There we are. That's it. Hello, lassie. Now you're the actor. Go over to him, to her, and say, what? What's that, lassie? There's 6 people trapped down the bottom of the mine shaft. Oh, give over. You're just a woman in fur. What are you inferring? Okay, time for another video. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, for the Barry and Faden dynamic duo off on another exciting trip. This time to Virginia waters.
Well, today we are at Virginia waters in Surrey.
We are. It's the Crown Estate. It's basically the Queen's Garden, so we'll take you around it and show you as we go on. Yes, this cascade is said to have a secret tunnel going to Windsor Castle. I don't believe that personally, but a lot of people have hotly debated it. It's man-made.
Started the video over on that little bit of beach or whatever it's called, or river or bank. This is the Roman city of Lectis Magna.
These ruins were brought over from Italy. They're older than Christ. It's said to come from the ruins of Lectis Magna, a Roman city which was seated on the shores of the Mediterranean near Tripoli, which is today Libya. These ruins were brought from Italy and put up here in 1816. They were a gift from Libya.
find it. We found it, everybody. Let's take a closer look.
This totem pole was donated by Native Americans in 1956. They visited this place on a tour with the Queen and loved it so much that they donated this. It's a genuine totem pole. And we're going to say goodbye for now.
Goodbye, all.
Goodbye, everybody. See ya.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Goodbye.
There we go. How about that? That was lovely. And that is a Factum totem bowl. Absolutely brilliant. Fantastic. Couple of things to say about that. The first is from Lebanon, they gave us some old incomplete stones. That's nice, isn't it? Here is a gift. Take some of our old masonry that we're not doing much with, and you can have it. You imagine the cost that must have been to ship that all the way over here, and then people are going, what do we do with this? It's just some old ruins. Oh, is it? And there was I, thought it was something from IKEA. No, it's from the stonemasons, that is. Lovely. They do get about. Somebody said, yeah, they get about, don't they, Faden and Barry and Faden. And I think that's really... Do you know what? The kids are not at school at the moment. The kids are not at school. A lot of kids are probably just dossing about the house, not being able to do anything, uninspired, probably doing nothing. And I think Faden is probably learning more by going out with his dad on these little trips, making a video, becoming very confident about talking in front of a camera, being introduced to lots of different things, being motivated to go out and do things, and spending that time with his father, I think is just absolutely superb. Every time I see that, I just think I wish my father had been like that. My father was, when I was divorced, when my dad and my mother was divorced, my father would see us and we would go to his factory. He had a little factory, and we had to make aerials with him. He got us to work. He didn't take us out anywhere and do all that. And I think that is more fathers, they should be ashamed at themselves. Those fathers who've got children, particularly of Faden's age, what's Faden, 8, 9, something like that, who, especially in the lockdown, and they can't work or can't do anything, and they're just sitting about as well, perhaps, enjoying the sun, having a few beers, playing on a computer game. They should get themselves up, out, and take their son somewhere, or daughter, take their children somewhere, and do something. They haven't got to make videos or anything, but I just think those fathers that don't do, or mothers have got their kids mostly. I know this is sweeping statement time, but mothers mostly have the kids under their feet all the time, and it's hard bloody work. I mean, I know because I was a mother for a while. Well, I was single. I was divorced, and then I had the kids. And I know what it's like. And it's hard work. And you just think that's what you need, the support of the father to go and take the son out. And I think Barry and Faden, I think Faden is learning so much. As I say, he's becoming confident. He is aware of what he looks like. He's able to address himself and talk to the camera. I mean, he's brilliant. And Barry, you should really be congratulated for doing that, because I don't know whether you sit them down and they have to do stuff, but what you're doing there is educating your son for future life more than he probably would ever get at school. It's really, really good. And I just wish other people, if only, I don't know how you get into other fathers to take their kids out, because now is the golden time. You don't see enough of it. You don't see, I've seen divorced families, and they take their kids, and you can see fathers, and they've got their kids. They don't know what to do with them. They have absolutely. You see them in the park. They've been. How are they thinking? Oh, I'm lumbered with my child for the day, and they're walking around going, "Here, do you want an ice cream?" And they're sitting there on their phones. I've seen the kids sitting there with like an ice cream, while the dad is sitting there just half watching them, and is on the phone. I just think that's absolutely despicable. Absolutely despicable. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to get on my high horse, because I think what you're doing is absolutely brilliant and it should be encouraged everywhere. So there we go. Great stuff. Thanks, Barry and Faden, says the lovely Julia. Robin Marshall says, must have been hard to get into a suitcase. What? Fab stuff, Barry. Thanks, Barry. I wish that lockdown had happened when I was at school. I would have learnt so much more. Exactly. Can you imagine? Andrea's great totem pole. I wonder if that colour is original or whether it was regularly painted. I think, how long ago was it given? The Freemasons had Cleopatra's needle dragged over here and put it on the embankment. I didn't even belong to Cleopatra. Well, whose needle was it? And imagine, if that's the size of the needle, how big is the garment that she was sewing? Think about that. Some parents just can't be bothered, says Ron Langley. That's very true. You are a rill, says Dawn Cooping. I don't know what a rill is, but I'm assuming that's a nice thing. Andrew Norris says it gets repainted. Oh, that's good. Thanks for the kind words, Richard. No, it's absolutely true. You know, you've taken him in lots of different places and you've had to explain things, but you're having fun. And that's the key thing. Andrew Norris says, you are right, Richard. I think Barry is a great father and Faden is very fortunate. Henry's Adventures says, when I was working at Beaconscott, I saw a father and a girl and the dad was saying, hurry up, I'll miss the football. What these parents do not know how much of an influence, how they are influencing the next generation. It's the difference between having their son or daughter being a success at life or not. And it's so important, particularly when they get into their teenage years and life is a bit difficult because of puberty, because of now in a society where what you look like on Instagram is the bee's bollocks. You know, they need to build that confidence in themselves before they reach their teens, so they can then get through their teens, which is hard enough, and then get through the rest of their life. It's so important. I cannot say that enough. It is so important to give your children that confidence. You know, some people think that schooling is the be-all and end-all of everything, and also the parent. They think that schooling becomes a parent, and that's absolute rubbish. Oh, I'm very opinionated about that subject. Couldn't tell if it got repainted, but I know it looks very much like the others you see throughout the upper northwest and western Canada. Henry says, I felt like saying to him, so the football is more important than your daughter. Have you not heard of Match of the Day? I suppose Match of the Day is the repeat. Absolutely. The daughter, you know, that person's offspring is the most important and needs to be nurtured. And I know it's hard. It is bloody hard. And, you know, you're earning a living, you're trying to keep the household bills coming in and all of that. But you've got children. You know, you've got children. They don't stay children for very long. And when they're grown up, they're too busy with their own lives and their own kids to even think about you. You've got to do it when they're of that age. You've just got to. My God. Dawn Coping says, friend of mine went to see grandchildren but only wanted to play on tablets. Andy Frierson said, well, Richard, Andy Lowry says, I agree with you, Richard. So many parents complain about the money they have to spend amusing their children. You don't have to. It's so basic. I don't understand. This is what's so wrong with this modern world. You don't need to spend money to amuse children. If you start young enough. I mean, look at lovely Julia has got this lovely baby called Joseph. We all know Joseph, and we go out and we do our videos, and well, when we can, obviously not at the moment. And little Joseph is going to be, if Julia still wants to do these things, I hope she does, and bring Joseph, he's going to be introduced to the outside world and lots of different things. And he's going to be inquisitive. And I think that's great for babies, to be inquisitive and to think, oh, what's this? And to ask questions. Why does this happen? Why does that happen? And it's so important. And what one mustn't do is, and again, you hear this, oh, why is this and why that? And the parents get annoyed. They say, well, go and ask your mother. I don't want to know. I don't. Oh, you want to throttle them. Oh, dear, Henry's Adventures. Rhyl is a town in North Wales. Oh, yes, Rhyl, as in H. Yes, that's it. That's why I didn't, because it was spelled R-I-L-L. I didn't understand. Andrew Norris says, thanks, Ray. I must have repainted. Right, okay. Is Dave Ford on here, says Rammy Boo? I don't know. Lee Roberts says, the most precious thing we can give our kids is time. Yes, because you don't know if you're going to get knocked down by a bus tomorrow. And if you haven't given your kids much time, I mean, unfortunately, there are kids who've lost their parents through whatever means, maybe through this awful COVID thing or whatever it is. And they haven't had much time with their parents. It's so precious. And you know, a mother and her two children relationship is so important. When I split with Dawn, my daughter and I started to do the Vobes show. She was 11. And John Berger will know this. Every show used to start, you're listening to Richard Vobes. I wonder if I've got it here. I don't know if I've got it. Have I got it here? Have I got it on this computer? I don't know that I've got it on this computer. No, I don't think I have. Oh, it's a shame, isn't it? Georgie, me, blah, blah. Georgie, me? Wait a minute. Oh, did Georgie go on the show? Maybe I did have it on here then. Where is it? The lovely Georgie thing. Have I got... No. Oh, it's not here. Anyway, so we had this beautiful relationship with Georgie, and she would... I mean, I've spoken about this before and what have you. I don't want to bang on about it. But it's so important that and fathers and sons, fathers and daughters, mothers, and, you know, they just have special relationships, and that's the time to do it. You've just got to nurture your children. You've got to be with them. If I still want to do these things, she says, I'm virtually dying to get out there and walk with you. Julia, I can't wait to get you out there with the lovely little Joseph. I know Elijah's not interested in that. You know, he's into different things, and I hope Chaz takes him out to places. That would be really, really good for him. I don't know whether he's listening, but I really think he's got more time on his hands now. Probably not with his setting up a business, but don't let setting up a business stop you. You should be out there with your child, because before you bloody know it, the child will know this. That's the other thing. If you don't give that child your time when it's young, your child will know that and will remember. I don't mean that as a curse, and that's not aimed at anybody. I'm just saying you only have to live and listen, and you see this happen around you. And it's like, why are people so blinkered? I am sure Joseph will have a love of nature and outdoors when he's older and all that. Yeah, absolutely. Andrew Norris says, not only that, Richard, little Joseph will have a video archive of his youth. Yes, that's true. He will have an archive of him going around and looking at things, and maybe there'll be flashes of memory and, you know, all of that, which will make him a good, solid, rounded person. Mark Donny McLeod, because they give the programme away, Richard, for nigh on 80 years, people have been programmed to watch TV and buy and take part in life, and that life without consuming is empty. That's true. Absolutely right. People are being programmed. I mean, television is the biggest programming thing that you could do. That, you know, not everybody, sweeping statement, of course, and not everybody fits into this, but people work a long time, they come home, they sit down, they either sit on a computer or they watch television, and somebody else entertains them, and somebody else thinks for them, and somebody else provides their Well, that's it. Somebody else thinks for them, and they switch off, and then they're being told you've got to buy this. If you don't buy this brand of glasses, you're not with it. If you don't get this type of phone, and your old phone is 6 months old. It's old, 6 months old. You want to get this one. It's only £1,000, and it could be yours. And look, it's got curves around the side, and there's a nice bit of glass on it. And people fall for it. They fall for it. They fall, and before they know it, they've got 500 direct debits going out of their bank account, and they're up to the hilt with debt coming in. And they're buying the latest car, and they're paying through the nose, and actually they never even own the car. That's they never even get. It's like, oh no, these days what people do is you pay your £500 a month, and at the end of it, at the end of 18 months, you can change that car, and you can have another one. You go, yeah, but at what point do I own the car? Well, no, you don't actually ever get to own the car. What do you mean? I never actually get to own the car, so I could have it for sort of 10 years if I wanted to, and run it until it drops into the ground and get shot of it and maybe sell it on? No, because if you keep paying us £500 a month, you see, we get nice and rich, and you get no benefits, really. You continually get something shiny, and it looks nice, and all your friends will think you're doing really well, even though you'll be bankrupt within 10 years. Whew, getting all worked up about this. You only have one life. It's true. That's it. Andy Frierson said, we've taken our son Jamie all over the country since he was a baby. I fell ill when he was 10. We still do a lot with him, but I haven't been able to do as much as I wanted. He's 17 now. Got a call coming in from jolly old Word. Why is it making that funny rattling noise? Let's catch up and see who's there. Hello, caller.
Richard?
Hello,
Richard. It's Dawn here.
It's nice to have you on the programme, Dawn.
Hi.
Hey!
Hey! I was just listening to you, what you were saying about the children.
Yes.
I used to be a nanny.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
You must got some stories to tell.
I have, yes. But my friend asked me, as I was a nanny, to look after her children. Her and her husband he worked as a manager, and she was doing the books. And of course, after Christmas, I went and said to the children, "You've got all these lovely toys. What do you play with?" And they turned around to me and said, "Auntie Dawn, Mummy and Daddy never have time to take us to the park. Can we go to the park?"
Oh, that's sad. They never have time to take us to the park.
You're so right for what you were saying. I thought, well, I had to give Richard a thumbs up for what you're saying, because it's so true.
It is, and people don't understand that. And I notice it's the people who've got more money. They seem to just keep throwing money at the children. They'll give them a, ridiculous number of toys, big sort of like little cars they can drive around, or they'll, give them, I don't know, lots of money. And the one thing they want is time. I mean, they do want the toys. Of course they want a few toys, but they don't need overly lavish toys.
No. Well, I used to look after two girls for 11 years, and we used to make up our own games, and they still remember them now. Now they're 20 and they're 21 now. They're all grown up now, but they still come and see me, and they still remember all the games we used to play. So that was quite right, what you were saying.
I think you've raised a very interesting and relevant point there about the fact that what they remember, I bet most kids don't remember all the big toys and things, but they will remember the time and the laughs and the jokes, Do you remember the time we went in that boat up the river so-and-so and you fell in? It's like, you'll never forget those memories.
Well, that's right, yes. Oh, we had some lovely fun, because I had 3 boys, you see, so I didn't have girls.
No.
And I looked after these girls for 11 years. And we did have fun, but the last time I caught up with them, they were telling us about the nothing game.
Oh, the nothing game?
Yeah, because they got in a strop one day, and I said, "What should we play?" And they said, "Nothing." So I said, "Right, we'll play the nothing game." And this nothing game that we made up all the girls, all their friends came round, and they wanted to play the nothing game. And it's brilliant. I even play it with my niece's children now, when they come round, and they all love it. And it's quite a simple. Do you want me to explain it, or do you want me to?
No, explain the nothing game. You can't tell us. You can't leave us in suspenders.
It'd be lovely for people with their grandchildren or children. This is such a simple game, but this is one that was made up. All you need is a dice.
A dice?
I've got a nice fluffy dice.
Oh, nice. I'm sure you have.
And then you need coloured pegs for each child, like yellow. You know, you can
when you say pegs, you like garden pegs?
Well, yeah, anything that's colourful bricks. We used to use colourful pegs that you put washing on the line with.
Yes, yeah.
Anything that's colourful you can use, or even straws even we've used. Right, so you have a colour for each person that's playing, and then you have a list of things in the house, like a bathroom, bedroom. It's nice to have the things upstairs for children because they have to run upstairs.
Right.
Right, so you have six places they have to run to, and you put 6 coloured pegs in each one for each child. So when you've done that, you have a piece of paper with number 1 is, say, bathroom, number 2 is bedroom, number 3 all the way down. So they throw the dice, and whatever dice they are, they have to go to that room and pick up the peg. And then
pick
come
up
back.
the peg. Oh, I see. Oh, that's clever. So they're using energy as well as sort of searching
it's
about.
Great. That's right. And the first one to get all the 6 is the winner.
Well, that's a bit like, that's kind of like a computer game, isn't it? You get most of these sort of computer games where they go in dungeons or space stations or whatever it is, and they've got to, every time they go in a room, they've got to collect something and go somewhere. But this is much better because it's real life.
Yes, and it's social. Even the adults like playing it.
Yeah, I bet. And it's free. It's free. I mean, once you've made your little coloured pegs up or whatever it is, and you've all got it, you just need a dice and away you go. What a brilliant...
It's been put on Facebook because when John was 70, we had a big party at Tottenham Manor. Do you know that place? Beautiful place.
Tottenham Manor, where's that?
Oh, you don't know? Oh,
I'm showing my ignorance again.
Well, you know Bramber. You've been to Bramber.
Yes.
Well, you go past Bramber.
Yeah. Which way?
And
when you
towards
go
Henfield, I think it's Henfield. You go right through Bramber.
Yeah, through Beeding, Upper Beeding.
Yeah, you come to a roundabout and you turn left, and then there's a turning on your right. You've had videos up there on the Downs.
Tottenham Manor, is that near Tottenham Woods?
No, it's you could see the horse. You know the horse on the Downs.
The horse on the Downs. We're in Wiltshire now. Suddenly.
No. Hi, Richard.
Oh, hello.
Hello, I'm on the other phone.
Oh.
No, it's at Poynings, just before you get to
Poynings. Oh, yes,
yeah,
there we are. Nowhere near Bramber.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, the horse that way. Yes, I know where you mean now.
Yeah, it's there. So you go past Bramber and...
Tottingham...
You must go to Tottenham Manor. We must all meet up there for afternoon tea.
Hang on a minute. What did you call it?
Tottenham Manor.
Tottingham Manor.
It's a beautiful place.
What is it? Is it a National Trust property?
No.
No, it's like a hotel.
Oh.
It's a manor.
It's a manor. Well, that doesn't mean it's not a National Trust property. A lot of... I mean, for goodness sake, it's a manor. It's a manor.
It's got beautiful history. It's got a tunnel underneath this building.
Oh.
It was old. It's a gorgeous place. You
yes.
must go there.
It's a big country house then with a park around it.
No, you can go. We stayed there.
Did you? How much was it?
Per night.
Well, was it cheap? Was it nice? Did you get
£140, I think?
Oh, nice. Did you get a 4-poster?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all old-fashioned beds.
Oh, lovely. I'm going to go and
all
stay the night.
old-fashioned baths, none of the modern stuff.
Oh, £140 a night. I might stay there the night and do a video.
Yeah, they in the rooms, they've got all oak beams and
Oh, yeah.
You know,
You'd
it's a
love
real
it, Richard.
oldie place.
I did go to a place like that, had lots of oak beams. They were all on the floor, all over the place. The place was derelict.
John kept on getting lost. He couldn't find his room.
Oh, really? That sounds wicked.
Place.
That sounds really an interesting place. Yeah, so I don't know whether hotels are open at the moment, whether that you can go and stay in hotels. Are they all closed because of the COVID thing?
Well, I suppose there would be.
Because you can
You can look it up on
what, Google?
On the website. It's Tottenham Manor.
All right, let's have a totter over there and have a look. Hang on.
Yeah, and if you look it up on the website.
Yeah,
They've got lovely walks up there.
Totting.
You'd love it there. You'd love it there, Richard.
Manor. Tottington Manor, 4 in a bed. Hello, what's that all about? Let's go and have a look. Tottington Manor, 4 in a bed. Oh, that's a Tottington Manor. Oh, here you go. Oh, that's a TripAdvisor. I don't want TripAdvisor. I want. Get out of it. Oh, I've lost it now. Wait, Tottingham Manor. I don't want 4 in a bed. That was a programme, wasn't it? No, I think that was a television. Here we are, Tottington Manor. I'm just looking it up. Hang on.
Yeah.
Tottingtonmanor.co.uk. Here we go. Hang on. Let's just let everybody else see the progress. Always an occasion, they say. Brunch, afternoon tea. It's right in the foot of the Downs, isn't it?
Beautiful, yeah.
That's the place. What's on the screen now?
What's on the screen? Hang on. I don't want to check out the menus. I want to check out the other menu. Let's have a look. See what. Stay with us. All right.
The food's out of this world.
Oh, is it? Do you need a rocket to get to it?
Oh, it's really nice. Especially their fish, local fish.
Oh, yes. As you know, I don't like fish. Well, why is this taking so bleeding long to open up? Come on, stay with us. Stay up there. Stay up there. Come on, you cheeky monkey. It's taking forever to get there. Oh, I'll have to refresh. How do you refresh on a screen that's... Hang on a minute. Where's the... Oh, stop and refresh. Loading. Come on. Go on. You can do it. You can do it. Get to the end. Get to the end. Oh, little line.
Hey, I'm getting there.
Clearly, you can't actually stay there at the moment because COVID has destroyed the thing. Let's see. Welcome to the manor. Delight in the stunning views of the South Downs.
Ooh.
Well, you can do that without actually staying there, can't you? You can.
You can. Yeah.
You went for a walk up the top of that hill, and they got that old wartime aerial or whatever it was. Do you remember that?
I went where?
You went for a walk once. We see you do one of the walks. It was up on the top of the hill.
Oh yes.
And they got that big aerial up there, or I think it was put up during the war.
Oh, one of the Poynings Way. What?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I'm just trying to think. The what's the big masts and stuff.
That's it. Yeah, the big mast. Yeah, well, you could see it from there, from Tottenham Manor.
Oh, here we go. Look. Oh yeah, double from £100. Nice.
Yeah.
There's the view that you get. There's a quarter of you not getting the whole screen, unfortunately. It's funny, though, isn't it? I was just looking to see if they had a thing saying, due to the fact that we've got COVID, you can't bloody stay at the moment, so piss off. But they don't. Isn't that funny? You would think...
Perhaps they're open then.
Yeah, maybe you can go in there and self-isolate.
Maybe.
Yeah, who knows? Have to ring them up. But that would be good, wouldn't it, to stay in there? And I'd like to stay in a couple of haunted inns.
Oh, they say it was haunted.
Truly Hill, that was the one.
They told us after the party when we left, that's supposed to be haunted.
Oh.
So,
well, there we are.
We didn't see that. We didn't see no spirits.
Did you not?
Well, only at the party.
Only in the bar, yeah. She's a one, isn't she? That Dawn laughing her head off. She is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for the call and for agreeing with my POV.
Okay, Richard. We'll carry on with the good work.
I will do my utmost. I've got a couple of more videos to squeeze in before the end of the show.
Yeah, well, we better go then and let you get on.
Yeah,
okay.
Sorry about that, but lovely to talk to you.
Fine. Yeah. Bye then.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. Bye.
Sorry about the buzz on there. The phone was buzzing like nobody. I think it thought it was a razor or something. But anyway, lovely to speak to the lovely Dawn and John there. John didn't get his little crystal set out at the moment there, but he was listening, eavesdropping on the other line, which is always nice to know. There we go. Secret Army, Truly Hill, room service. I want to see the history of it, says Rami Boo. Yeah, I stayed at Truly Hill Youth Hostel when I was about 11. Oh, thumbs up if you've been enjoying the show. Thank you very much, lovely Julia. Good idea. I have an amazing time with my dad and so much wonderful time, says Nikki Jess. The best dad in the world. Wish he was still here. Yes, that's true. I wish my dad was here, but not having had dementia is what he had. Barry Stevens says school teaches children how to go out and work and consume, not how to make money and manage it and have a comfortable and happy home. Yeah, it's true. One of the things I used to think that the school should teach you is a whole load of, basics about living. How to pay utility bills would be good. Now they should tell you how to search online, and also how to use your common sense to know what you're reading online is true or false, so that you can work out to maybe look up a few more sources. And I'm not talking about parsley either. Geocaching indoors. Yes, there you go. That's what that was. Geocaching indoors. How brilliant. Lee Roberts says, when we were kids, our lives weren't complicated with constant images and advertising about what everybody else has. Ignorance was bliss. Education and technology are double-edged swords. I absolutely agree. Bernard says, I agree, Bernard. Budgeting should be taught in schools. Absolutely. Learning about, paying tax, the fact that you've got to pay tax, what VAT is. They're simple things, but if you knew that, it would help you in your mathematics and things. But there's just lots of things that you could learn about life, about certainly, using drama to do about becoming confident for interviews. If they were to use drama more and yes, do plays and things, but certainly to present yourself, to be confident, to be able to look people in the eye, to be able to ask questions, to be able to think about things, to be able to debate things. I know they do these things in the private schools and at universities, but debating something, being able to air an idea and not get shot down in flames would be good, because I know what it's like this show, stream of consciousness, where you're trying to get out a thought that's in your head, and sometimes it comes out of your mouth wrongly, and people can attack you. And another thing is learning how to change your mind, and then say, do you know what, you're absolutely right, I've changed my mind. Teaching kids and grown-ups how to look at the other person's point of view. These are things that we should be teaching our children. They would be very good. Yeah, thanks for your comments all about this. I learnt about quadratic equations in math, not about calculating my tax bill, says Andrew Murphy. Exactly. 80 people watching, says Elijah Hartley. Thank you very much. 77 people watching, only 70. That was Rami Boo a bit earlier. Mark Donny McLeod says, there you are, Henrys. The YHA allowed many families, youth, to see the world. We went miles on our bikes just down, ringing home to tell parents that we were okay. It was so innocent days, wasn't it? And because television... When I was a kid, we had 2.5 hours of television every evening from whatever it was, 3:30 to 6:15, so not quite 2.5 hours. But even then, 3:30 was the really baby programmes. You had, I can't remember the babyish programmes. And then you got into Magpie or Blue Peter, and then there was a drama, and then you ended up with the Magic Roundabout. And at 6:15, that was it. And if you were very lucky, you got to stay up and watch Crossroads. Bow, 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 bow. We did all that the other day, and that was, that was the excitement of it. And so, because you didn't have all that television, kids kids now, people's televisions are cinematic size. We had a tiny-ish television compared to what they had. We had a tiny-ish television compared to what they have. And sometimes I might be allowed to watch an afternoon film if I was ill. And I got into the black and white films and Laurel and Hardy and all of that. But I was out. Playing in the orchard, playing over the derelict farm, getting up to mischief, walking about in the Arun, in the little Arun up in Horsham where I lived. I was out with my friends. I got into making Super 8 films. I became a member of the youth theatre, started to write scripts and things. Was out doing stuff. And when I wasn't, I was in my bedroom. I was writing. Well, was I writing scripts then? Probably not. Well, maybe. I was writing stories, and I was just proactive because I wasn't just glued to the goggle box day in, day out, not knowing how I could cope without it. You know, those things should be the luxuries. They should be the luxuries, not the thing, not the default. Oh, I've got up, right, straight on the tablet, straight on a laptop, straight on the computer, body going to waste, brain going to waste. Shouldn't happen. Anyway, I've had me rant. We better go and have a quick look at these last couple of videos. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to do that. Right. We've got 2 videos to go through, and I know time is against us, but let's go through them. We've got one from Gabriel and one from Peter. Hang on for Peter's because it will be relevant to what we're talking about. We'll go straight through. I want to do Gabriel's. This is the penultimate episode of the Mill Stream.
We have now arrived at what is probably Glastonbury's most unusual farm, and this being Glastonbury, that is unusual with a capital U. So let's have a look. In this one field alone there are alpacas, sheep, llama, rabbits, chickens, geese. Oh, and did I mention the meerkats? Simon, whose farm this is, rescues many of these animals. A good example of this in practice are these eggs from his battery hens. And they are delicious.
So we've now reached the point where the mill stream runs underneath another ancient road out of Glastonbury, this time the road to Wedmore and Mere. And I can't believe how busy this road is today. You wouldn't think there's a lockdown on at all. Really, really busy. I've been waiting for a gap in the car so that I could record, and there hasn't been one, so I apologise for the noise. Anyway, what have we got here? This is the direction we've just come from, down here. Now transferring across the road. Over there is the path that we're now going to go and walk up. Let's go and have a look. It's a lovely day for walking in the countryside, it has to be said. I can hear running water. I don't know if there's another weir there. But we'll go and find out because here's the footpath. So now we're walking on a grassy bank alongside the stream, and I can hear running water, so I don't know if there's another weir up here, but we'll find out.
This is where we could hear the water from back there. When the mill stream left the River Brew, it did so from the top of Clisshole Weir. At one point the River Brew is 9 metres lower than the mill stream, and before the two can converge just over a mile from here, the levels must be equalised. And this gate here is one of several doing just that. The flow here can also be controlled remotely in times of high water.
This isn't normally as long as this. People obviously aren't taking their hourly, daily exercise along this path to wear the undergrowth down.
So? These lovely chickens bring today's walk to an end. Don't forget to come back and watch the next and final episode of Glastonbury's Mill Stream.
Very good. Very good. Enjoying that. It's incredible how long this mill stream is. It must be the longest mill stream in the world. I've already watched the final part. Gabriel very kindly sent it in earlier today, and I have seen it. So come back on Monday, and we will see the last episode in this wonderful series. Well done, Gabriel. Looks fantastic. Excuse me. And it's a fascinating end to the Millstream too. So, yeah, really enjoyed that series. Thank you very much. You were wearing a different jacket, I noticed. Oh, yes, how I noticed in that one. So there we are, battery hens. Oh, yes, I wondered about the battery hens, but then I assumed that they must have been rescued or something. They were just chicken out. Oh, yeah. Julia, I watched a video of you and Richard going to a lambing barn at Coombs last night. You were so excited you couldn't stop bouncing. It was cute. Oh, yes, I remember that. It's a shame, of course, they couldn't do it this year because of the COVID. And the previous year, I think there was an issue. Oh, yes, the previous year the kids couldn't go into the actual in with the lambs. They could only watch, but we were there the year before that. And that's when we were filming, and you were allowed to sort of roam around with them. It was lovely. Yeah, wonderful stuff. They've probably been all eaten now, those poor little lambs. What a shame. All that lovely mint sauce. Now, talking of the children and getting children to do things, Peter Lowry, just so happens, have got a rather interesting book, and it goes straight back into people's childhood. Let's see if you can remember this. Peter, I was fascinated by this.
Hello everyone, I've got another old book here. It's a Meccano magazine, well, a bound volume from 1930 of Meccano magazines. The Meccano magazine was printed, I think, from 1916 to 1972, and it had lots of interesting things in. Here's just a look at some of them. Like here, this was in 1930, about different planes. There's a seaplane there, the flying boat as it calls it, the Blackburn, the flying boat. And there's another one there. Just turning over. There's quite a lot about the clock at Wells Cathedral, which would tell you all about it, when it was made, how it works. And here we've got an advert for pedal cars, which were from 15 shillings to £15 at 15 shillings. Now, the 15 shilling one, I would imagine with equivalent to 75 pence spot a day, would have been really cheap even then. There it is. Really good value it looks for 15 shillings. And over here, there's some 1930s jokes, which are probably very tame and innocent by today's standards, although I'd probably still find them funny. And here, an advert for a bicycle, £3.19 and 9, just under £4, and that was for a Hercules, and they were made in Aston, Birmingham, which was not far from where I was brought up. I can still remember the factory now in Rocky Lane at Aston. And here, well, there's adverts for toys, planes, cars, all sorts of things. Boys' own laboratory here. Here's some of the things you could make. Here, a three-wheeler, a model based on a Morgan three-wheeler at the time. And here's a bit about stamp collecting, which I think was very popular at the time. Even when I was young, I can remember collecting stamps for a time. Everybody used to collect stamps. And more pages with things you can make and the bits and pieces from there. Different adverts. Bit about sleeping cars at the time on the railways. And here it was about the London Post Office Tube Railway, which now I think you can either walk through or have a ride, and it's not used by the post office anyway. I think it was probably about 10, 20 years old at the time that this book was made, and in full use by the post office. And here's another advert here, the boys' printing machine, Print anything from a chemist label to an illustrated magazine for 45 shillings. Anyway, I hope you've liked looking to the book. There's a lot of interesting things in it. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
So wasn't that amazing? That was I love the article there, ventilation in sleeping cars, and there's an article about it, about ventilation in the sleeping cars on trains. And earnestly somebody people would read it, and that printing press for the kids. There's just a joy, and then all that Meccano, those cars with the little engines and things. What happened? What happened that kids with fingers and spanners and things could build those sort of things? What's happened? What's happened to this world where it's now just slide your finger? You can't even take it apart. I remember taking apart gramophone record players and record players, and I would take apart typewriters and my projectors to see how they worked and where the bands went round, and I loved taking. They couldn't get them back together again. And the Haynes manual, you could take your car apart and I replaced the steering rack on an old Vauxhall Viva when I was when a few of the teeth had gone, and it was the steering wheel would just spin on a certain bit, and it would before it gripped again. And I was told that was quite dangerous. There's a story connected with that, but I won't go into the whole story. But I went and bought the part. I jacked up the car and I changed the steering rack because it was on simple nuts and bolts. Put the new steering rack in, and I just followed the thing. What's happened in this world where we can't do anything anymore? We can't do anything for ourselves. We can barely grow our own food. We barely recognise what meat is what in the polystyrene things. Nothing is repairable anymore. It's all buy it new. We're in a weird world. Elijah says, Julia rather says, Elijah is great at building things. Well, that's brilliant. That's what we like to see. Kids who are good at building and constructing, a bit of brain power going in there. Super video, Peter. Yeah, well done, Peter. We want to see more of that sort of stuff. You've got some fascinating books. Love to see more about that. Remember the John Bull printing sets? I think I had something like that as a kid. I still use a John Bull printing kit. There you go, Andrew Norris. Blimey. Even now, Lego comes as a finished product rather than allowing kids to use their imagination. I know. What happened to the times when a parent could make something and give it to the child, and the child would go, wow, Dad, Mum, you made this. Whereas now it's like, oh, couldn't you have got something from a shop? Because it would look, it's all been vacuum pressed and duplicated and perfect. And any, you just, now somebody carving an aeroplane and giving it to the kid, nothing. There's nothing there. Brook Bond collection cards. Oh, yes. Thanks for the nice comments, says Peter. No, brilliant. Do send more in. They don't want us to be self-sufficient, says Barry. It's true. It's true. I think you're right. I think there is, the thing is, it's like everything. Dumb it down and there's more people for it. The common denominator. Which is where this is taking over from mainstream media, because this is real. People say real things. We can have a community and chat about real things. And there isn't some smug person, well, there might be a bit of a smug person sitting in front of the microphone, but there's less of a professional, polish that is almost insincere. Andrew Murphy says, I assemble my own electrical equipment like the UHF transmitter mounted on a wooden furniture board, which I use to cast the Vobes show to my TV. Top man. Great, Elijah. You are correct, Barry, says Lee. There we go. Now, before we go, I am finishing my show, but Richard Suggett and what's his face from the Skinny Jean podcast is still going, I believe. We're just gonna see if they're flagging at all after what now must be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4.5 hours. Let's just have a little catch up on them.
At Chiltern for that.
What should you do that for?
Mulches the soil, stops it from losing moisture.
No, I suppose it's a good point.
Or stock video footage. That's why I've wondered a few times if it's stock video footage. But in times like this, you've got to do what you've got to do to produce a program. So yeah,
only people really notice that if you sort of in this industry. Like I watched one of the programs that does it terribly in my point of view, but Sam never notices, is things like Gordon Ramsay's shows.
Yeah,
because they're in America and they're filmed and he does voiceovers to stuff as if he was in the restaurant.
Yeah,
and I notice it, but Sam does. I was like, I always go, do you notice that? And she never notice it.
Yeah.
But like Sean,
Anyway, if you want scintillating conversation about gardening and watching people eat and getting tired through the night, then go over to the Veg Grower podcast and give them a bit of a chivvy. They've got 16 viewers at the moment. If you've enjoyed my show, do give me a thumbs up, and I am going to take a break over the weekend. I have got the third episode of In Search of Sussex, which will be out tomorrow morning. And I will do my Naked Englishman for the patrons. There'll be a Sunday video, but no lives over the weekend. I'm just going to take a bit of time off to recoup the old brain cell. And then I'll be back again next week. Hopefully, the lovely Julia will be on board on one of the shows early in the week. I'm sure she'll look forward to that. So, there we go. Do take care, everybody. Thank you for watching. It's been absolutely great. Look after yourselves. If you've got kids, take them out somewhere. Do something with them. Get them out into the fresh air. It's all good fun, and it's all healthy, and it's all going to make you remembered to your children. I don't know what I just said then because I was too busy concentrating with buttons. It's always the buttons, isn't it? They always come in undone at the inappropriate times. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, take care. Look after yourself. Thank you for watching. Till next time. Thank you to Judith. Thank you to nearly said Julia then. Thank you to... No, wait, that's what I meant to say, Julia. See, I got it right. Now I'm getting it right, and I think I've got it wrong. Thank you to Judith and to Julia for the moderation. Thank you for coming along. Look after yourselves. Take care. Thanks for the videos. We'll have another range of videos. You've got the weekend to make them. See you on Monday. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Sean will notice. So we talk about, mate, because you are a little bit forwards of me, yeah?
Sage. No, he's talking about hacking the sage back every spring.
Mm-hmm.
Which is moving on to lavender now. And it's always hard, I think, to hack plants back sometimes.